Hi students, subject name is BE8253 Basic Electrical Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering. Today we will learn some basic network theorems. Before that, we will learn some basic electrical elements. First one is linear elements. Linear elements is nothing but one of the element which are constant with the time, and also they do not change with voltage or current source, and it obeys the Ohm's law. So Ohm's law is nothing but it obeys the V is equal to IR, and VI characteristics of a linear circuit is always straight line. For example of linear element is resistance, capacitors, transformers and inductors. These are the linear elements. And next one is non-linear elements, is another name is non-ohmic elements. Non-ohmic elements is nothing but does not follow the Ohm's law. Non-linear element is one is nothing but vary with time and change with voltage and current, is called non-linear element. And its VI characteristics of non-linear circuit is not a straight line. For example of non-linear element is transistor and diodes. These are the basic structure diagram of linear and non-linear elements. Linear elements is nothing but it obeys the Ohm's law. Non-linear element is nothing but does not follow the Ohm's law. And next one is unilateral element, another one is bilateral element. Unilateral element is nothing but if the polarity of the voltage is changed, then the characteristics of VI is also changed, then the element is called unilateral. That means polarity of voltage is changed is nothing but the polarity means positive polarity and negative polarity. The range of the polarity will be changed, the characteristics of VI also changed. In this element is called unilateral element. For example, all semiconductor devices are unilateral. For example, diode. Diode is only conduct for forward bias. Forward bias means the battery forward, the battery of positive terminal is connected to anode and negative terminal is connected to cathode. That means the diode will be on, otherwise the polarity will be changed, is nothing but the diode will be off condition, there is no current flow in this diode. And next one is bilateral element or component. Bilateral element is nothing but if the polarity of the voltage is changed, then the characteristics of VI remains same, is called bilateral element. Is nothing but there is no changes in VI, voltage and current characteristics, is called bilateral element. Example is resistance. And next one is active element, another one is passive element. Active element is nothing but is an electronic component which supplies the energy to a circuit, is called active element. To give a supply, and active elements have the ability to electrically control the electron flow. That means flow of charge. All electronic circuits must contain at least one active component. Active components is a supplying the energy to the circuit. That means voltage or current source. Each and every network have a voltage source or current source are placed in that network, each and every network. Next one is passive net components. Passive component is a electronic component which only receive the energy. Active component is a supply the energy, but passive component is nothing but can only receive the energy which it can either dissipate or absorb or store in the form of an electric field or magnetic field. Dissipate means we have to use the resistance. Resistance is a good dissipating device, heat dissipating device. I store the energy means inductor and capacitors are store the energy in the form of capacitance, is nothing but store the energy in the form of electric field, but capacitance in the form of stored in the form of magnetic field. So these are the elements are passive elements. And next one is the network theorems. There are three basic theorems are very important. First one is Thevenin's theorem, second one is Norton's theorem, and third one is superposition theorem. Thevenin's theorem is nothing but states that any two terminal of linear network or circuit can be represented with an equivalent network or circuit which consists of a voltage source in series with a resistor. Is nothing but this is a two terminals, positive terminal and negative terminal. The voltage V Thevenin is series with the resistance circuit. Resistance circuit, the resistance value is R Thevenin. So in Thevenin's theorem, voltage is series with the resistance is called Thevenin's theorem. And the Thevenin's resistance R Thevenin can be calculated as R Thevenin is equal to V Thevenin divided by I Thevenin. This is the Thevenin's theorem is a linear circuit. Next one is Norton. In Norton's theorem, an alternative to the Thevenin's theorem. Whereas by Thevenin's theorem, a complex two-terminal network may be simplified for solution by reducing it into a simple circuit in which the so-called open circuit voltage. But Norton's theorem network is reduced into a simple circuit in which a parallel combination of constant current source and looking back resistance feed the load resistance. Is nothing but in this Norton's theorem, the circuit represents a general circuit with an independent current source in parallel with the Norton equivalent resistance. That means the current source it's an independent source in parallel with the Norton equivalent circuit. Norton equivalent resistance is Rn. R is the resistance, N is the Norton equivalent resistance. This is the circuit of Norton's theorem. In Norton's theorems and Thevenin's theorem, both the theorems use the resistance looking back into the network from the load terminals with all sources of EMF removed, leaving their internal resistance in the circuit is made. Is the main thing, is the main important of the two theorems, Thevenin's and Norton's theorems. In other words, in Norton's theorem, in Norton's theorem is a main thing. We have to find the value of IN and RN, and we have to substitute the values in equivalent network. And next one is superposition theorem. Superposition theorem states that for a linear system, not ably including the subcategory of time invariant linear systems, this is a linear system. The responses of voltage and current is the two responses in any branch of a bilateral linear circuit having more than one independent source equals the algebraic sum of the responses caused by each independent source. Is the theorem of superposition. Is a very important theorem. We have to find the values of voltage and current. And this theorem is applied when we are to determine the current in one particular branch of a network containing several voltage sources or current sources, or both voltage source and current source. These are the very important thing. The scheme is to be determined how much current each of the individual source contribute to the branch in the network, in a given network, and then add algebraically these components of the currents. These are the theorem of superposition, and this is the equations you have to solve simultaneously, and this method eliminates a great deal of calculation work involved in the branch current method. And if there are current sources present, they are removed and the network terminals to which they were connected are left on open. These are the rules of superposition theorem. And next rule is replacing all other independent voltage source with a short circuit is a very important thing. In the given problem, given voltage sources are replaced by short circuit, that means thereby eliminating the difference of potential V is equal to 0. Internal impedance of ideal voltage source is 0, as that means short circuit. Next one is replacing all other independent current source with an open circuit. Voltage source with a short circuit current, and next one is replacing all other independent current source with an open circuit. That means thereby eliminating current, that means I is equal to 0. Internal impedance of ideal current source is infinity. It's a very important. The current source is infinity for open circuit. Thank you.